Hello, hello. One of my New Year's resolutions is to make a new song every week. And I thought it'd be really fun to take you along the process of how I make these songs. So this is this week's song called erhu. Okay, so I started off with this synth sound that I really liked. It was kind of like spooky and cool. And so then I added just something, it's like a beat sequencer. It has a bunch of preset sounds. And went through to find if there's anything else I really liked. I liked the sound of the second, I think it's a kick, maybe. They're really similar, the two of them, but just a little bit different. So I alternated, so it would give a little more texture and like a little more fullness to the sound. That was sounding really cool. And then I wanted kind of like a sound, so I added these shakers and then just added a little bit of a different rhythm. And I just added that throughout the rest of the song. And then it was time for the star of the show, the erhu. This instrument, I was just messing around with it before, and I think it sounds so pretty, so I wanted a song using it. Gorgeous. I love, oh, it's just so beautiful. And then I was really wanting like a big kind of gong type sound. So I went into the drums to see if any of them had like a percussion kit or something, and I ended up searching for a long time in the sound pack. I finally found the Chinese kit, and it has this gong, which is awesome, but it was a little more intense than what I was going for, so I ended up just kind of lightly tapping it over and over to get kind of like a rumbling bass sound. Then I just went in and made sure everything was on tempo. And then I really wanted this big like boom sound, kind of like the gong, but just heavier. So I wanted to see if the bass guitar would go low enough, and it just wasn't giving the sound I wanted. I went into the strings because I was thinking maybe like a cello or a bass could give a low enough note, but the only pack I had was like an orchestra sound, and I didn't know how to get an isolated instrument, and it wasn't lining up with what I wanted either. So then I went into the piano because I was like, I don't actually know what key I'm in here. So I was messing around with the different sounds on the piano, and I found this deep synth bass that was cool, but not the right sound, and then this heavy sub bass. Yes, that's the sound I had in my head. It sounds so cool. And then after messing around for a little bit, I realized that I'm in C minor, which is going to be super helpful when I try and do the voice or any other instruments. And then check this out. So dope. I really like the way that's sounding. I feel like it's just like this kind of dark, heavy beat, which is so different than stuff that I normally do, and it's really fun. And then because it's me and I always end up adding piano, I ended up adding piano. Good old grand piano, can't go wrong with that. And then I was trying to figure out what the erhu was playing, like what notes, but I had to go back and listen to it first. And then I went back in, and it was C, B flat, G, F, F, G, C, and then just repeats the same thing an octave lower. So I just played the same notes the erhu was playing on the piano, just to really push forward that melody and to introduce the piano so it sounds more connected when I keep playing it later. And then I was just kind of messing around, adding a little melody here, and I thought it had the beginnings of something good. So this is my first take of like a little piano riff thing to fill this space right here. Which was not bad, but I think I could do better. So I went back in and re-recorded this. Which I ended up really liking. I thought it was a fun little melody, kind of mysterious, fit the tone of the song really well. I liked it so much that I decided when I was singing, I would just follow the same melody as the piano right here. So I needed to write some lyrics first before I started singing. And I had this in my head of something like a darkness in the land and then something about it in your mind. And so I had, there's a darkness in this land and it seeps across the road. I didn't love this line, but I couldn't think of anything else, so I just put it out there. And then, so hurry, close your eyes before it makes your mind its home. And then I tried to sing it, and I really hated that second line. So I went back in and I ended up changing it to only seen by those alone, which I was like, dang, that's good. At least I thought it was good. So then I went in and recorded it. Only seen by those alone. So hurry, close your eyes before it makes your mind its home. And I did this just as like a scratch vocal, just to have something out there to know the melody. But then I kind of liked the whispery quality of it. I actually just ended up recording it over and over and over, like 4 or 5 times. There's a darkness in the land, only seen by those alone. So hurry, close your eyes before it makes your mind its home. At this point, I was like, this is cool. I like this song. Then I added a higher part just so you could hear the lyrics a little better. And I also thought it sounded kind of like this like chanty chorus background and then like a lone voice singing. I don't know. This was going to be the finished thing, and then I realized it starts way too late and I don't like waiting that long. So I moved everything up a measure. I actually think I could have moved it up too. Let me know what you think, if I should move it up another one. But at least for now, this is my song of the week, 5 of 40, called Erhu. Thank you so much for listening. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, things like that, feel free to throw it in the chat below. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.